Hello, everyone, and welcome to Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you didn't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. This is a podcast where I talk about anything, everything, and, well, anything about movies. I'm your host, Chase Lee, and I'm excited about today's show, guys. First of all, how's everyone doing out there? Is everyone doing pretty good? Did everyone have a nice week? It was okay? Okay, well, hopefully this will make your week a little better by listening to some awesome movie news and a couple of movies that I saw over this past week. So, I'm going to go over some trailers that dropped. I'm going to go over a lot of news that dropped. And then I'm going to go over Tusk, the new movie directed by Kevin Smith, and The Guest, directed by Adam Wingard, who directed Your Next from last year. And then, of course, box office results for the weekend. And then I'll send you guys on your way. But first, I want to say I have a sponsor for the show, and if you guys want to check it out or whatever, it's totally up to you. But I have this friend that has this website called CobraCoins.com, and basically it is like what the title says. It's a coin site, and you can basically put make your own coin essentially, and for the most part, like, a lot of people go and they put the military on there, or police, or if they're having a fundraiser, they'll put their stuff on it. It's just a nice little coin site that you can basically just create your own and kind of have or kind of give away or whatever you use coins for. Now, I know a lot of people are coin collectors out there, so if someone's listening to this and they're a coin collector, more power to you. Visit CobraCoins.com. Link is in the description below. Just check it out and tell them that Chase Lee sent you. So let's get on with today's podcast, guys. And so there's a lot of trailers that dropped. I don't even know where to begin. To be honest with you, you have Big Eyes, directed by Tim Burton. You have The Interview, directed by Evan Goldberg and Seth Rogen from This Is the End, and then you have The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1. I guess we'll start with Hunger Games. We haven't really seen much, I guess, trailer-wise, and so this was the first full trailer where we got to actually see glimpses of what was going on with this third installment. Because for people like me, I've never read the books, and I don't want to read the books because it's going to spoil stuff. And so I like to go into these movies fresh. If I'm already 2 movies in, forget about it. I'm just going to watch the third movie and just kind of be surprised. I like to be surprised, and that's exactly how I felt when I watched the Harry Potter movies, especially 7 and 8. The movie 7 and 8, Deathly Hallows Part 1, Part 2. I did not, read the book, so everything that I saw was completely shocking, and so I enjoyed myself more for that aspect. And I think with this third Hunger Games, I'm still going to go see it. I liked the first one. I loved the second one. I thought the second one captured that dark tone that this franchise needed to be in order to succeed. I mean, it's going to succeed regardless, but having such a dark tone for this subject matter, it fits. Because, let's face it, it's kids killing kids. You can't really make it, bright and colorful and Winnie the Pooh-like. So, I mean, this trailer for The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1, I still don't agree with the fact that they broke it up into 2 parts, but it's Hollywood. What are you going to do? I'm still going to go see it regardless. So I think it looks awesome. I think the tone is spot on. It was sad to see Philip Seymour Hoffman in that role because, he's passed on now, so it's a little sad to see him in the trailer, but I'm excited that he's still going to be a part of it. Katniss looks like she's going to have to, fight the government, basically, and it's going to be awesome. The throwdown is going to happen. So the second trailer to drop this week is The Interview, and this is, like I said, the Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg directed movie, and they directed This Is the End from last year. And I really, really liked This Is the End. Like, I actually loved it. I have a relationship with that movie. That's how much I love This Is the End, because I love it so much. It was my favorite comedy of 2013, and I will literally see anything with Seth Rogen or Evan Goldberg writing and directing, because they wrote Superbad, Pineapple Express. They did The Green Hornet, but we can forgive them for that one. But when they make movies, yeah, they might not be, accurate or real or anything. They make movies for entertainment's sake, and that's what I really like about their filmmaking style, is that it's just super entertaining to watch. Like, when I saw This Is the End, my face was hurting. Oh dear Lord, it was hurting so bad because I was laughing so hard. They know how to put on a show. They're entertaining directors, and so The Interview, the Red Band trailer dropped, and here's the thing I've always said about Red Band trailers: they're very, very tricky, because you want to watch it to see more of the plot, you want to see the jokes and stuff, but the Red Band trailers, they put all the best jokes in there. And so, I love this trailer, by the way. If you really want to see what The Interview is going to be like, tone-wise, and where this comedy is going to go, then watch the Red Band trailer, if you don't mind having jokes in there. But some of the best jokes, I'm just sensing it, were probably put in there, and I really, I laughed. Oh man, I laughed so hard during the trailer, and I rarely ever laugh as hard as I do during trailers as I did with The Interview, Red Band style. So it looks awesome. Can't wait for it. I love the fact that they're going for a Christmas release date. It's gonna be great counter programming. Hey kids, you done opening your presents? Oh, fantastic. We're gonna go see Seth Rogen and James Franco make a bunch of penis jokes. Oh, it's going to be so great. It's going to be a good time. Good family movie. I'm going to go see it. I'll be there after I have the Christmas dinner or whatever. It's just, like I said, I like me some Rogen, man. Some of that Rogaine. So it looks awesome. It looks hilarious. The third trailer to drop is Big Eyes. This is directed by Tim Burton, and it stars Christoph Waltz and Amy Adams. And I don't know the whole story, but basically, there was this painter back in the day that painted, a bunch of children paintings that had big eyes. And from the looks of the trailer, it looks like, Amy Adams does them, and then like she meets Christoph Waltz, and he puts his name on it, and like people don't know who actually did it. It looks good. And the one thing I really like about it is that it looks like Tim Burton's coming back to form. Because I hated Dark Shadows. I really did. Johnny Depp, you're an amazing actor. There's no reason to cake your face in dirty chalk to play a stupid vampire. So, just stop. Just stop with the makeup. Just stop with the routine. Like, I want to see you go back to Donnie Brasco. I want to see you go back to Blow. I want to see you go back to What's Eating Gilbert Grape. You're an amazing actor, sir. Why are you doing this to yourself? Like, listen. Every actor does every movie for a paycheck. I understand. But when it looks like you're phoning in, then, no one really cares. I just think Johnny Depp has tapped out. And I want to see him go back to form, do more, dramatic stuff and whatnot. And, I'm going off on a tangent. But it looks like, from Big Eyes, this is going to be a way different movie than Dark Shadows or Alice in Wonderland. It looks like it's going back to the Tim Burton form, like Edward Scissorhands, or I love Sweeney Todd. I don't know about you, but I think it's one of the best musicals we've had in the past 10 years, for sure. Well, actually, it hasn't even been 10 years yet. In the 2000s, there we go. So it's been one of the best musicals, in my opinion, from the 2000s so far. So it looks like it's back to the Tim Burton feel. It's kind of quirky. It's very colorful. The set design is amazing. The production value is awesome. The colors pop. It's just very vibrant, and it looks good because it's set in a different time frame, which I love when Tim Burton tackles different time eras. It makes for a better movie. And so Big Eyes looks awesome. I actually want to see it. I want to see Tim Burton come back and not do Dark Shadows 2, Darker Shadow. I'm kidding. There's really no sequel on Dark Shadows, but I would be very sad if there was. So that is it for the trailers this week, guys. And oh dear Lord, they're amazing. There's a lot of good trailers that came out this week. I only wanted to cover 3. There's a lot of stuff to talk about in this episode. So, comment in that place drop below my voice and let me know if you have seen any of these trailers and if any of them have tickled your fancy and you want to check them out. So, let's start with the news. And I'm going to end the news section with the biggest piece of news. So, I'm going to fly through these smaller ones real fast. So, apparently there's going to be a Skull Island movie, which is where King Kong lives. And they're going to basically make a movie out of it. I'm okay with that. But I was never really, kind of into it until I heard this news. So this week it was basically dropped on us out of nowhere that Tom Hiddleston, the guy that plays Loki, is going to be in Skull Island as the main actor. That's so cool. Listen, Tom Hiddleston is a fantastic actor, and I'm not just talking about Loki. I'm talking about if you see any movie that he's done outside the Marvel Cinematic Universe, he's an amazing actor. So it looks like someone's actually going to give him a chance to actually, lead his own film instead of being the great supporting character that he is in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I would rather see him lead a movie. He was in that movie with Tilda Swinton, Only Lovers Left Alive or something like that. And I saw bits and pieces of it. I didn't finish it, but he was fantastic in that. Oh dear Lord, he's a great, great actor. So Tom Hiddleston, Skull Island, sign me up. I have nothing else to say. Tom Hiddleston is a badass. So the next piece of news is that Matt Damon, star of the Bourne franchise, the first 3, and then Paul Greengrass, the director of the Supremacy and Ultimatum, they're going to come back and make another Bourne movie. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, I can't really comment on it because I haven't seen the first 2 movies in forever, and I haven't seen the third one in forever. I never saw the fourth one, so I can't really comment if I'm too excited about it, but it seems like people love the first 3 Bourne movies, and a lot of people were kind of mixed on the fourth one. Like I said, I didn't really see it. I love Jeremy Renner, but I just didn't really look good to me. So the fact that they're going to come back and reteam and do another Bourne movie, I might check it out. I'm sure there's a lot more hardcore fans out there besides me that will want to see them reteam because, the fourth one, everyone says, it was fine, but, it was missing, good old Matt Damon. Trey Parker or Matt Stone, if you are listening, you have forever, burned my brain into calling Matt Damon like that because of Team America, which is also a fantastic movie. So, yeah. The fourth one was called The Bourne Legacy, and I don't know what the fifth one will be called, but from what I've heard is that they're going to do the fifth one with Jeremy Renner's character, and then the sixth one is going to be hopefully maybe a crossover where those two meet. Like I said, I haven't seen those movies in forever, guys, so I can't really. I'm not gonna bullshit you and tell you that I know what I'm talking about because I really don't. But I figured you guys would appreciate the news. This piece of news, because I look at my notes and I look at what I write down and I'm just really, I still can't believe this is happening. You guys remember that movie, I Know What You Did Last Summer? A very good 90s movie where it was a good, fun horror movie. I actually really liked it. It's a very good slasher movie. It came out at the same time as Scream, and I remember when Scary Movie spoofed both of those, and it's a guilty pleasure horror movie. Let's just call it what it is. They're going to reboot it. How do you feel about it? I don't know. Kind of like how I feel about when I first heard about it. I kind of sat there like a really moldy potato just sitting on a shelf or something, and I kind of just sat there. And I felt moldy. I felt disgusting. I was like, you guys are really going to reboot this movie. It's a guilty pleasure movie. There's no reason to reboot it. Just go watch the old one. I guess I'll see it, sure. But that's coming. Get ready for it. Okay, the biggest piece of news, guys. Are you ready for it? You better change your pants because you're about to shit yourselves. Deadpool is coming to theaters. That's right. Deadpool, the merc with the mouth. one of the most popular X-Men characters in like the past like 5 years, is going to have his own movie. There's a couple of things that I want to say. Listen, Deadpool is a great character, but he is a rated R character. He needs to have like that kind of harsh tone to him, and it needs to be violent and needs to be all over the place. And so when I heard about this movie, I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. So they're gonna finally cave in, do like a low budget movie, get Ryan Reynolds, make it as graphic as possible, and have that hard R. According to Movie Press over at the Schmoes Know Network, their episode this week basically confirmed in a quote that Deadpool will be PG-13. Now, when I first heard about it, I was like, that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I understand. 20th Century Fox is skeptical because, Kick-Ass comes out. It's rated R. It's a hardcore superhero movie. It does not do that well. The X-Men movies are PG-13. They do well. When you make a movie rated R, you cut off some of your audience. Let's call it like it is. So when you make a rated R movie, you limit those people that cannot see it without, the consent or the accompaniment of an adult that is 17 or over. So I understand why they want to make it PG-13. I mean, hell, if I was in charge of 20th Century Fox, I would make it PG-13, but then I'd probably bankrupt the company and probably have it burn itself to the ground. So I'm excited for it. They're going to go PG-13. Let's just get over that hump. I think they can really work around it. Listen, PG-13 movies these days are violent as hell. Oh, dear Lord, have you seen some of these PG-13 movies? Like, my girlfriend and I saw No Good Deed last week. That movie was violent as shit. Holy crap, man. Like, Idris Elba was beating up women with, like, lamps and fists and probably headbutted them at some point. I wasn't really paying attention to what weapons he used, but they can get away with a lot more stuff. And I think with Deadpool, I think if you don't add blood, or maybe like the blood's a different color, or like just a small spray of blood, like really quickly with a fast edit, like Hunger Games did, they can do a really good PG-13 movie. I'm excited for it. I will go see it. It comes out February 12th of 2016. This like 1 month earlier than Batman v Superman, and like 3 months earlier than Captain America 3. So 2016, get ready for it because you're going to get bombarded by a bunch of superhero movies and they want to clamor for your dollar. But here's the other weird thing about Deadpool. It's going to be co-produced by Kevin Feige, the guy that's in charge of Marvel Studios. Yeah. You heard me. He's going to co-produce this movie, which tells me this. Kevin Feige is very well aware he's not going to get X-Men back, he's not going to get Fantastic Four back, he's not going to get Spider-Man back. Marvel's on top right now. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at what they have accomplished in, like, ever since Iron Man 1 came out. They have accomplished a lot, and they have made so much money. I think they've realized that they're not going to get these characters back, and they're just going to go help them. Because, Marvel still owns these characters, like, in comic book form, and, like, they still make comics and all that stuff. So maybe Kevin Feige was like, we're not going to get these characters back. Let me go help them out and, like, just make sure they're still doing right by our characters and stuff. And so, it's kind of like just a mutual thing, and I'm okay with it. Hey, if he wants to cross streams and go on the other side and help out a little bit, who cares? Marvel's still going to be on top, and 20th Century Fox is going to be on bottom. Actually, if that was a threesome between Sony, 20th Century Fox, and Marvel Studios, Marvel would be on top. They would dominate the entire threesome. 20th Century Fox would be like in the middle. They'd be like the sandwich part. And then poor old Sony would be at the bottom of the threesome, just like getting piled on by 20th Century Fox and Marvel Studios. So that's how that threesome would work. But X-Men Days of Future Past really revamped this entire series. That's why they're going to go ahead with the Deadpool movie. It should be interesting, and I can't wait. Deadpool's a very, very funny character, breaks the fourth wall. It's going to be off-the-wall bonkers. I don't use that word often, but I'm going to use it now. It's going to be bonkers, ladies and gentlemen, and I cannot wait. So that is it for the news, guys. There's a lot more news out there, but I got to get to these movie reviews. So, I mean, yeah, what do you guys think about all these news stories? Comment in that places where I upload my voice and let me know. And, just let me know what was your favorite news story this week. There's also other big news that dropped, but, only got time for so many. All right, so let's get to the movie reviews for the week. What do you guys want me to start with, the Guest or Tusk? I saw The Guest last week. I saw Tusk, I'm looking at my clock, 2 hours ago. So I'm going to try to give you a very coherent review of Tusk 2 hours after seeing it. All right, let's start with The Guest, because I'll end with Tusk. The Guest is written by Simon Barrett and directed by Adam Wingard, they're the team that brought us You're Next from last year. I really loved You're Next. I thought it was a great throwback to these 80s, like, home invasion movies. It was really creative in the deaths. It was just very low budget filmmaking, but it felt like a grander movie. So, and they've done a couple of the shorts for VHS and ABC's of Death, and so they're very like well known in the horror genre, and they're almost like the Quentin Tarantino's of horror. Yeah, I know. Probably gonna get a lot of flack for that. Sue me. But the way they write their movies is the way Quentin writes them. He does throwbacks to movies that he's enjoyed. Like that's what his movies are, and that's what Adam and Simon do. They do throwbacks to these horror movies and thrillers from the 80s and 70s and 90s and whatnot. They kind of just grab one from each decade or whatever. And so I really enjoyed The Guest. Your Next was awesome. The Guest was even more awesome. Like, it's just one of those movies that, like, it's just damn entertaining. And it's just badass. Like, Dan Stevens, who is known from Downton Abbey fame, he is the Guest, essentially. And he's, oh man, killed so many people in this movie. But, like, he's just an unstoppable character. It's kind of like, a Michael Myers situation where he was unstoppable and he just, kept killing people. That's the way The Guest felt. It felt like a throwback to Halloween and, like, just that ultimate villain who would just never die. So I really enjoyed The Guest. I thought the acting was fantastic from Dan Stevens as The Guest. He was very terrifying and very darkly comedic, like, in some scenes, so it worked out in his benefit. I love the directing. I love the tone of the entire thing. It felt like an 80s movie. The music, oh, dear Lord. Adam Wingard. Like, the music in Your Next was incredible, and the music in The Guest was awesome. It's got that, 80s, like, electronic vibe to it. It fits for the content of the film. It's actually shot really well. I really like the cinematography. It's shot very clean. The fight scenes are shot very well too. When the Guest is getting in these arguments with these people, the violence was very, like, graphic. Like, if the Guest would hit something, like a body part on any human, you would hear the bone crack from, like, a mile away. It was just that, like, loud and that, like, shocking. And some of the violence was very sudden, but it's a very fun time, very good throwback. I thought the music was great. I thought the directing, the tone was perfect. I thought Dan Stevens was badass. I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, but that's just my score. I really enjoyed it. It's just a fun, entertaining movie. So if The Guest is playing around you and you are a fan of throwback films from the 80s, grindhouse movies or horror movies or thrillers in general, I think you'll probably like it, especially if you like You're Next, because I interviewed Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett, and Adam said that You're Next and The Guest are in the same universe. That's fantastic. I cannot wait for the third one, where The Guest meets a character from You're Next, and they call it The Guest is Next. It's going to be a great trilogy, guys. Come on. Let's make that happen. I really enjoyed it, though. Go see it if you're interested. I recommend it highly. So let's talk about Tusk. How you guys doing today? You guys ready? You guys ready for this? Okay. There's a reason why I haven't really said the F word the entire podcast, because I'm gonna save it for this review. Kevin Smith wrote and he wrote and he directed Tusk. This is the guy behind Clerks, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Dogma, Mallrats, Zack and Mary Make a Porno, which is very underrated, by the way. What else has he done? Chasing Amy. I like Kevin Smith a lot. A lot of people hate him. Don't see why. He's a very good writer. He's a very good, just simple storyteller, and all of his characters are engaging. I love the dialogue that spit out of these characters' mouths. Like I said, he's like a Quentin Tarantino as well. He's very dialogue heavy in his films, but they're all entertaining to watch. Kevin Smith also did Red State, which was like a horror thriller. It was like his first dip into that genre, and I liked it. It was okay. It had a cool shootout at the end, and it had a really good monologue at the beginning, but other than that, it was just kind of so-so. Tusk. Let me just say this right now. This is going to be a cult classic in the history of cinema. When I am long gone off this earth, Tusk will remain a cult classic. This thing is going to garner a group of people that absolutely adore this movie, and other people will see something different. They're going to be like, what do you see in this that I don't? And they'll be like, it's just a good movie. It's just a weird, I described it as this. It's a deliciously weird and poetically powerful movie. It's weird. There's good themes and messages in here, that have to deal with, the animal inside all of us, and, humanity and stuff, and whatnot. But I saved the F word for this, so I'll go ahead and do it. Tusk is the biggest what the fuck movie I have seen this year, and that I've seen in the past 5 years. This movie is a mixture of Misery, Frankenstein, and I would say Human Centipede. So, yeah, it's one of those movies. Initially seeing it, it is a what the fuck movie. Kevin Smith has claimed this movie as cinematic herpes, where you see it, you cannot stop thinking about it. It's with you. It is inside your head forever. There's no way I'm going to get rid of this movie inside my head, even if I had even if I was if I had that machine hooked up to my head from Eternal Sunshine, and it tried to forget it for me, I still remember it. It is that weird. It is so delicious though. It's like a horror movie fan's dream. It's just one of those weird horror movies that's just so damn entertaining. And I think that's the biggest praise I can give it, is that Kevin Smith, you did it again, man. I was entertained by this movie. Oh god, some of the scenes in this film. Let's start with the directing. For being his second horror film, I thought Kevin Smith did a good job. And this idea spawned off his podcast. They were just shooting the shit, and this idea came up, and he just started writing it. They're on the show. He was like, yeah, what if they did this and this in the third act? And it was just, oh man. This idea is just so out there. But I think it works for Kevin Smith because it's such an obscure idea that only Kevin Smith could do this. I can't really imagine any other director taking on this idea. Basically, Justin Long plays this famous podcaster, and he's going to get an interview with someone. Turns out, that person's not there, so he goes to take a leak in a bar and realizes there's a piece of paper on the wall of the bathroom, and it's a guy that he's interested in, so he goes to the house, and basically the guy that Justin Long is interviewing drugs him and turns him into a walrus. Yeah, that's the actual plot. I would not be making this up if I tried. So, as far as the directing goes, I think it's a weird movie. I think it tonally is just weird as hell, but I loved it. It's weird. Kevin Smith was right. It's like cinematic herpes. It's always going to stay with me. I can't get rid of it. So I thought Kevin Smith did a pretty good job. The acting. This is what was weird about it. It was actually acted very well. Justin Long, that was one of the best performances I've ever seen him do. Like, this movie. Oh my god, I love Tusk the more I think about it. Justin Long gives like one of the best performances I've ever seen from him. He was so believable. And like, believe it or not, with the plot of this type of movie, Justin Long's character actually had a character arc. What? It actually was a movie. It actually had plot, and it had character arcs and whatnot. And so, the acting was really good. Genesis Rodriguez is in this, plays his girlfriend. She was from A Man on the Ledge. Didn't really care for that movie. She was okay in it. And then Haley Joel Osment is in this. And, he's the little kid from Sixth Sense. I see dead people. And he's also from, AI and Pay It Forward. He's like one of the most famous kids from the early 2000s. He's really good in it. There's a cameo in this that I cannot spoil for you guys because I don't do spoilers. The cameo is pretty cool. It was just a fun character played by the actor, and I was like, okay. So this is where this show is gonna go. So the acting all around is very strong, and they got Michael Parks, the guy that plays the creeper, the walrus like transformer, basically. That was such a creepy role, but he nailed it. He nailed the creepiness. I was like, I really don't want to go anywhere near Michael Parks or his house or anything after watching this movie. So it's shockingly to say, the acting was very good. Cinematography, the way it's shot, it's actually shot very well. Like, Kevin Smith knows the cinematography. Every shot in the mansion is carefully crafted. It's lit well. It's dark in some scenes. It's brightly lit. At the very end, in the third act, it's really creepy in there, and it's shot well. It added the atmosphere even more to this film than it already did. So it's shot well too, and it's written well. Kevin Smith, listen, if you guys have not seen his movies, you guys know that he's dialogue heavy. Like, there's a bunch of monologues in this, but they all are interesting, and they all develop the characters, and they're just interesting stories. So I guess my only complaint, if I had any, is that the movie is an hour and 45 minutes. It does kind of drag just a little bit when the third act hits, at the very beginning of the third act, but the way it wraps up, I loved it. I loved it. Like I said, it was like weirdly, poetically powerful. It had a great human message on how we are all animals inside. There's an animal inside all of us and whatnot. So I thought that was a weird message that was portrayed very well and was emotionally weird, funny, and heartbreaking at the same time at the very end. Like I said, God, this is a weird movie. It's such a weird ass movie. But I enjoyed the hell out of it. It is damn entertaining. Kevin Smith created one of the most cult movies that will be made in the next 10 years, for sure. You are never going to see anything like this, at least for a long time. It's one of a kind. The acting's very good. It's written well. It's entertaining. It's funny in some parts. It's creepy in other parts. It's disturbing in other parts. It's actually emotionally investive, and the actors actually give a good performance. It's, oh man. I don't know if I should recommend this movie to you guys or tell you to stay away from it, but hey, I'm going to tell you this right now coming out of my mouth. I enjoyed it so much. I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. If you like horror movies and you like weird horror movies, give this one a shot. I think you'll like it. If you don't like those type of movies, stay away from it because you'll probably hate it. So, there's Tusk for you. So that's it for the movie reviews, guys. If you have seen The Guest or Tusk, comment in the place to roll up my voice and let me know. And let me know if you guys actually liked it, because I'm curious if you like Tusk as much as I did or not. And someone commented in the chat section on the podcast, "Don't jizz yourself now." I just might, because Tusk was just that enjoyable. It was deliciously weird. All right, so moving on to the box office results for the weekend. Let's just put it this way. The movies that came out like, the top 3 wide release ones actually made the top 3 spots. So number 5 is Dolphin Tale 2 with $9 million. Domestically, it's got 27. Worldwide, it's got 30 on a $36 million budget. It needs 72 to break even. Not looking good. The first one did pretty well, so I'm actually surprised this one isn't doing well. Number 4 is No Good Deed with $10 million on a budget of 13.2, which means it needs 26.4 to break even. It's already made 40 domestic. 40 million. It's already made its money back plus some. Good job. I enjoyed it, so I'm glad it actually has done well. So number 3 is This Is Where I Leave You. It's the new Jason Bateman, Tina Fey, Adam Driver, Jane Fonda, Corey Stoll's film. That's directed by the guy that did Date Night, Just Married, Ninth Museum. So, yeah. It made $11 million in third place on a budget of 19.8. So domestic 11. It's got a long way to go to break even. So, yikes. Number 2 is A Walk Among the Tombstones. This is the new Liam Neeson movie, and it's also got Dan Stevens in it. And it made $13 million this weekend on a budget of 28. 13. I mean, it's got a little ways to go, but it is Liam Neeson, so it might have some legs and might carry itself to more weekends, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I like Liam Neeson movies, so I'm surprised it didn't do as well as, like Taken Dumb 2. Number 1 is The Maze Runner with $32.5 million on a budget of 34. Worldwide, it grossed 81. You do 34 times 2, that's 68. So, damn, Maze Runner, you made your money back, you broke even, and you already got some profit. This is your first weekend, so go you. So yeah, that's it. I'm a little shocked that The Maze Runner got number 1. Oh yeah, Tusk. If you guys were wondering, because it came out this weekend. Oh come on, don't play me like that. All right, thank you. I was working the tabs on my computer, and they were freaking out. Tusk actually got 11, 12, 14th place with $886,000, and I was a part of that. The weird thing about Tusk is that it's distributed by A24. And if you guys don't know this by now, A24 is such a badass company right now. I'm going to look over my collection. They have done movies like Enemy, The Spectacular Now, Under the Skin, Lock. What else have they done? They did Tusk. So, they're very good at picking out very well-made movies. So, I'm really excited that A24 picked it up because it's such a weird movie, but it kind of, balances their roster out with this weirdness because most of their movies are, real emotional movies. And this one is, too, but, like I said, it's weird to add to their catalog, but it's good because, it adds a little diversity. So, I guess that's it, guys. So, thanks for joining me on today's episode of Real Me and Colin, a movie podcast where we talked about Tusk, The Guest, the Deadpool movie that dropped this week with news, the new Hunger Games trailer, the interview trailer, the Big Eyes trailer. God, this was a stacked episode, guys. There was a lot of stuff that came out this week. So, next week, it's the last week in September. I might either go see A Walk Among the Tombstones or The Equalizer. I kind of want to see both, so you might have a review of one of those next week. Guys, you know the drill. There's an episode every Sunday. I will talk about what's relevant during the week or what movies I saw. Depends on the topic. But this show is sponsored by CobraCoins.com. Like I said earlier in the podcast, check them out at CobraCoins.com. Tell them that Chase Lee sent you. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's at RealChaseLee, where you can get up-to-dates on live shows and whatever I post on there. I post a bunch of random stupid stuff all the time. It's at RealChaseLee, R-E-L, Chaselee, all one word. If you guys want to like the Facebook fan page for this show and my movie reviews, it's www.facebook.com/RealReviewsWithChaseLee. YouTube, if you want to, youtube.com/Shabutnik75, capital S, lowercase h, A, B, O, T, N, I, K, 75. If you guys want to follow me on Spreaker here, you can do just that, and you'll get an update on when I do these things live. I do them every Sunday at some point during the day. I'm also on iHeartRadio, so you can spread the seed of my show there. But yeah, I guess that'll do it, guys. I want you guys to have a good week, a good day, good night, whenever you're listening to this. If you're listening to us halfway across the world, that's awesome. Please let me know where you're from. And if you guys ever want to tweet at me during the week, at Real Chase Lee, and if you want to say my show is terrible, if you want to say my show is good, you want to say something stupid, funny, say I'm terrible, say I'm whatever. I don't care what you guys write. I will give you a shout out, and I will basically call you out, and we'll have a little discussion on what you just tweeted. So I am Chase Lee. This has been Real Me and a movie podcast. I will see you guys next week for whatever podcast I have lined up. You guys are awesome. I love you all. Peace out. Have a good day /night / all that jazz. Okay, bye.